get to everybody coming up in this segment.
There's been a lot said about Niner fans over the last couple of years. They travel well.
Yep.
Oh, they're a bunch of criminals. They fight. Because you always get these like, at In-N-Out Burger, a guy wearing a Niner jersey, he's fighting another guy. And I'll tell you this, I was walking through that parking lot with my buddy Della for the Detroit Lion game, driving in with my brother and Randy, and we had the full car going. And I love Niner fans. We're loyal. We're angry. We're passionate. Some of us can be homers. Some of us are wine and cheese fans. Some of us have neck tattoos. Some of us are lawyers like George Borges out there who's in Vegas right now. Some of us are garbage men. Some of us are radio hosts, plumbers. Some of them are police officers like my wife's Uncle Danny watching it in the police mobile unit at Union Square.
Some of them are overnight dancers.
Some of them are overnight dancers. Some of them are rappers like E40 and Black Sea. Niner fans are taking over Las Vegas. Niner fans are going to be surrounding couches, in living rooms, at bars. They're going to go to SF Brew Company. They're going to go all over. And I'm just proud to be a Niner fan. And now is our time. We've suffered long enough. You and I have talked enough. You know where I stand. I want to hear from them.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's hear from the fans. By the way, shout out to my guy, Shalik Finley. I love you, Shalik. He's listening. He said, you guys got me pumped up 1,000%. And he said, Juice has me so damn hyped right now. And I'm getting all these messages. Zucci Man's hit me up. Man, the Juice. They can bring it out to Gladiator War. We will replay that call in the 9 o'clock hour. It needs to be heard by every freaking 49er fan. Clip it. Post it on Instagram. Juice needs to get his love on Twitter. Post that call. It's one of the best calls I've ever heard in sports radio. But now I want to go up to the El Dorado Hills. He's a guy who's been rocking with us from day number one. Verducci. And I know what the Niners mean to Verducci. Verducci, the floor is yours.
Fellas, it is percolating right now up here in the EDH. And I was going to go on my rant like I usually do, but you know what? I got to leave that space for Juice. I'm not going to go there. He has me running through walls. I'm doing push-ups here in the workout room. I can't even be in the same room as my wife right now. The blood pressure is pumping. And so I thought I'd go ahead, write a little something for you all, and I'm going to give you my rap and how the day is going to go on Sunday.
Let's go.
Rocky Balboa on the mic. Call me Mr. Irrelevant. Niners in Vegas against the Swifties. Time to be eloquent. No game manager. MVP is his decree. Shanahan conquers demons. Set them free. CMC slicing and dicing through the Chiefs' defense. Kittle, Devo, Ladybug Fever, a relentless offense. Swifties thought they had it, but the Niners declare back in the game. It's a Niner affair. Kelsey gets questioned by Taylor. No hardware to show. Warner Greenlaw hit hard. Let Chiefs know. Kermit the Frog, Mahomes in dismay. Posted Young, Armstead, Hargrave making them pay. Close at the start, Niners persist. Wear them down, no need to resist. Moody's calm, no blood pressure spike. Blowout victory in Vegas strike. For Papa Shasky, healing up, faithful at the stick. 916-530 Bay Area, Bonte Shasky the pick. Family at 95.7, Morning Roasters cheer. 6 Lombardi trophy return. The victory's clear. Bang, bang, now and again, a triumphant sound. Closing the year. Lombardi renowned. Bang, bang, not again. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm not mad at it. Whenever you have the courage to freestyle, you get. I don't scoff at them.
That was smooth. That was like a slam poetry session. I like that.
I'm not mad at it. You have to have courage to come with that.
Sam,
let's go to the nominees folder.
Only this show does things like that. All right? Only this show. You get the freestyle rap. You got poems. You got whatever you want. I don't care. But I love it. I love the passion. I do. Let's go to, we got Gabriel in Daly City. He's a 12-year-old.
Whoa, let's go, Gabe.
He's a 12-year-old.
What's up,
he's
Gabriel?
experienced nothing but heartbreak. Gabriel, what's happening?
What's up?
What's up, Gabe?
What you got?
So I just love listening to y'all every morning. Me and my dad in his truck, we always listen to you guys in the morning.
I appreciate that. We love that.
How did you become a Niner fan?
I've been a Niner fan since I was like 2 years old. I just watched them since I was growing up. I'm also a Giants fan because I play baseball.
Let's go.
And yeah, hopefully I go D1 one day.
Let's go.
Absolutely. What school do you go to right now?
Yeah.
What school?
What are you in,
You're
6th grade? City.
What?
You're in 6th or 7th grade?
I'm in 7th.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Napa Christian.
Let's go.
Love it, Gabe.
Let's go. Who's your favorite player on this team?
It's got to be Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, I love that.
So what's going to happen on Sunday?
Oh, we're gonna win. We're gonna win, no doubt.
No doubt.
Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback, but we have so many weapons. It's not even funny.
Let's go.
I love that.
Young man, you call us back next week after we win. Let's go. He's a baseball player.
Oscar at EPA.
I love it.
Oscar at EPA, Comcast Business Text Line. I just landed in Vegas. And Juice has me fired up. Let's go. Think about that. Think about what Juice just did to the Bay Area. Not me, not Shasky. I thought we were doing a hell of a job at firing you up. But that's why the roast is special. That's why you callers are special. Because you get the platform. We don't talk at you. We don't not screen your calls. We're not going to talk to 8 million guests during 4 hours. This Super Bowl is about you. We've rode with you guys through the journey. Who the hell are we to go through the entire season talking to you guys after game days without a guest? We go guest-free on Mondays. Don't talk to anybody but you. And then Super Bowl week, we got a bunch of guests on breaking out a game. The hell with them. They weren't around in week 6. They weren't around in week 8. They weren't around in week 15. They weren't around in preseason. You guys were around. You guys were around in training camp. So, you know, when we win the Super Bowl and when we get ready for the Super Bowl today, it's all about you guys. I don't want to hear from anybody else but the Niner fans out there getting ready for this game. Let's go out to the lines again.
How many kids right now are on their way to school?
Fired up right now.
With their red and gold on. Because it's red and gold
they've got it all on. The city's decked out.
I'm so excited.
There was pep rallies in San Ramon. San Ramon, the Today Show was out there.
Really?
49er fans out there 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning.
San Ramon.
San Ramon.
Home of Richie Bologna.
There you go. Jay in Oakland, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What's going on, fellas, man? Hey, man, I am so turned up, man. Hey, earlier this week, I ain't gonna lie, the panic meter was a little high.
Not bad at it.
Listen to you guys yeah, man. Hey, listen to you guys the last couple of days, man. I am super. Man, I don't even do this often. Can I drop a freestyle real quick?
Go ahead.
Go right ahead.
It's yours.
Hey, man, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, at the beginning of the season, we was calling them Kyle Schottenheimer. We about to kill these boys like they did in Oppenheimer.
Ooh.
But no lie, Cal always been a truth. We about to kill the Chiefs like I be killing the booth. And I'm not even a rapper. More like the Bay Area yapper. Bang bang Niner gang without the chopper. Ooh. And Purdy, ain't nothing sweet about him. When he throwing them TDs, Bonte, I want to see you tweeting about him. Throwing them stats in like you always do. No Paul Pierce, but Bonte and Shasky the truth.
Wow.
I thought that was little flip for a second.
Wow. What? Racket. I'm not being Jim Rome.
Oh, my.
Early nominee, Freestyle of the Year, Doobie Award.
Wow.
Holy smokes, Jay.
A bang bang Niner gang without the chopper.
I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking. When Brock Purdy's throwing TDs, Bonte, I better see you tweeting about it.
This might be the greatest caller day of all time.
This is unbelievable.
Till Monday.
Let's go. This is unbelievable. Let's go to Carlos in San Carlos. Carlos in San Carlos, what's happening?
All right, Niner Nation, are you ready to rumble?
We're not allowed to do that on air.
Yeah, we can't. We'll get sued.
We'll get sued by Buffer.
Yeah, Buffer's looking to get
sorry,
paid.
Spinoni. I just want to make sure.
I dumped it, don't worry.
On
top of it.
Go ahead, Carlos. Go ahead, Carlos.
Keep going. You just can't do that.
Okay, guys, man, I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm like 150 years old. I've been around a long time. And 2 more sleeps until the Super Bowl, like I'm gonna sleep. No way. I got Monday off from work, so I'll sleep on Monday. So I just wanted to give you my 2 keys to the game. There's 2 key things that they got to do, and then they will win the game. But then Bonte and Joe, you guys talking about when did we all become Niner fans?
Yeah.
And then for me, all right, so for me, real quick. So I'm a 3rd-generation San Francisco native, 3rd-generation Niner fan. I had season tickets back in the day with Joe Montana. In fact, Bonte, I was at your number 1 game of all time, the 55-10 destruction of Denver at the Superdome in New Orleans. Unbelievable. A witness to the dynasty, yes. And then my dad went to Kezar games, and then my grandma was from the same region of Italy as Joe Montana's family.
Oh, wow.
So it's in my blood. But I know... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all you. You keep cooking, Carlos.
Okay. So I was thinking back to when did I become a Niner fan? I mean, I was raised with it, yeah. But, like, when I was a kid in the 70s, the Niners were so bad. I mean, like, most people listening to this now were not alive in the 70s, so they don't realize that all their lives they've been, previous Super Bowl champions. But, 1978, 1979, they had back-to-back 2-14 seasons. They were literally the worst team, even worse than the Detroit Lions of that era, because in 78, we were both 2-14. 79, they improved to 6-10, but we were still 2-14. So it was like, man, the Niners are always going to let us down in the playoffs. And the game in 81, the first Super Bowl at the Pontiac Superdome in Detroit against the Cincinnati Bengals, I remember the moment. And the moment was when they made the goal line stand and kept Cincinnati out of the end zone. I thought, wow, this is for real. The Niners are a real team now. They're not going to let us down, and we got this mofo. And, oh, my God, did they. So ever since, and then when I got older, I got season tickets and et cetera. So fantastic. Sorry, let me give you my two keys to the game real quick.
Go ahead, Carlos.
All right. Number one is they've got to stay dedicated to the running game. That was the number one mistake, I think, in 2019. There were many mistakes, offense, defense, coaching, everything. But what got us into that game was the running game, not Jimmy G's passing, not really the defense. It was Raheem Mostert running it for 220 yards and 4 touchdowns, the all-time record for running backs in the playoffs of all time. Jim Brown never did that. Jerry Rice never did that. Emmitt Smith never did that. Only Raheem Mostert. And then in the Super Bowl, they went away from the run. They ran it, but then they went away from it. And like Tavares
what's your second key? What's your second key?
Second one is turnovers. And it's a big cliche, but listen to me for a second, man. So it's twofold, because if you win the turnover battle, that means you're making less mistakes than the opposition, right? And you're taking the ball away from them. And that's really, I think it's going to come down to that. It doesn't matter what our defense does, what their defense does.
Good call, Carlos. Yep, that's a good call.
It's funny talking about, third and fourth generation Niner fans. There's lots of them out there. My grandfather always tells this story. He played football at Balboa High School. And
Balboa Buccaneers.
Yeah, at the time, you had to volunteer. And I don't know what the connection was, but they made you become an usher out at Kezar during the 1940s and 50s when the Niners were playing. He goes, dude, like at first, it was a big novelty, but college football was more, bigger at that time. The profile was bigger than the NFL. The NFL, it was the AFL. It wasn't big. And he used to be an usher out there. The fans used to get so hammered, they would throw beer bottles onto the field and onto the players. They had to put a chain link fence coming out of the tunnel because they would fire it at the opponents and at the Niners at times.
Because they were pulling them.
And so he has this sweater that I still have to this day that I've worn a few times into the studio, and it was his usher sweater. It's a red one that says 49ers coming straight down. Man, there's a lot of old school Kezar fans out there.
They're the team that was born in San Francisco, 1946, Kezar Stadium. The Warriors came from Philadelphia, and we love our Warriors. We do.
We love them.
We love what Steph Curry did last night, no doubt about it. We love the San Francisco Giants, but they came from New York City. This is the team that was homegrown, that was born in the city, in the heart of the city, right there in Golden Gate Park, and then later on moving to Kezar's Candlestick Park to where they won their Super Bowl championships after years and years of many heartbreaks, 3 straight NFC losses, NFC title game losses. The onside kick that you always talk about where your dad company left the game early. You know what I'm saying?
Him and John Bologna caught the bus home in the fourth quarter.
It caught the bus home. And so
Bad idea.
And they were there.
If we did that during any one of the Niners' 10-point losses.
I know, right? It did.
Different era.
You think about when they did finally win the catch game, and Chris Berman's on the field with that report from ESPN. You see the Niner fans behind him jumping up and down like this, like, oh my gosh, the Niners are in the Super Bowl. My mom talks about that day. Talks about when she was becoming a Niner fan, and her father, Webb Tyndall, rest in peace, was taking her to Niner games. I mean, the history is deep and rich, but there's been a title drought. There's been a title drought, and it's we were born into the dynasty. Right in the height of the dynasty. So we don't know anything about losing. Well, now we do, right? Because that's all we've been doing over the last 20 years is losing these big games. This team, these players, this personnel, their game plan, I'm telling you on Sunday, they feel it. They feel it like they're gonna flip this script here, and they know what it means to this organization. They know what it means to their individual legacies. They know what it means to be in a parade on Thursday down Market Street. They saw the Warriors a couple years ago had that parade down Market Street. You know, they seen the Giants have these parades in 2010, 2012, 2014. You don't think Jed York and company been watching this stuff? I think about Bob Sargent. His son, Craig Sargent, was on the flight with Anna yesterday on the way to Vegas, sitting next to her in all his Niner gears. And Bob has been saying it. We just need a Super Bowl for the young generation.
I know.
We need one for you guys. This is for you.
Bob needs one, too.
He does need one. He wants it.
If I get Bob screaming in my face one more time about how this team keeps getting close, we've talked about it forever.
He was a nervous wreck going into last week or the NFC title game.
God.
He needs this one.
Yeah, Big Craig needs it bad.
Craig needs it bad. Let's go to the lines again.
Good call.
Wow. Al at SF. Al, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's going on? So my journey as a Niner fan began back in '95 when my ex-father-in-law was a season ticket holder, and I went to a game in the city at the Stick to watch who else? Niners versus Detroit.
Wow.
Man, I walked in there. Okay, number one, seeing Barry Sanders play was ridiculous. But walking into that park and seeing that place just go bananas was amazing. And being an ex-New Yorker, we used to sneak into the Jets at Shea Stadium, and then we used to watch, Lawrence Taylor play back in the day. But the moment I saw that park and watched the Niners play, that's it. It was done. It was over. And since then, I've gone to many Niner games. I was there at the Packer game with my son. How
great was that? I don't mean to interrupt you. How great was that to experience with your son? How great was that?
It's amazing. We were sitting down, and last year we went to the Dallas game with my current father-in-law, and it's become the tradition now. When Dad gets back from Mexico to hang out before he goes back to New York, we always go to a game, and we've been lucky to go to playoff games. But my son's a total Niners fan and a Warriors fan and a Giants fan. But that's when it started for me back in '96. And
love it.
Good stuff there.
Great call.
Great call, man. We're going to get to everybody here. Dr. Hustle, I see you on the line. We'll get to you.
Hustle.
Dacre, I see you. Matt in Seattle, I see you. JD in Lafayette. We're getting to everybody here on these lines here. 888-957-9570. Eric Crocker will join us at 9 o'clock. I couldn't have any Chiefs guy on today. It ain't about them. It's about us. It ain't about Mahomes, and it's about what we do.
I have a six-pack. It's just under the dad bod.
I don't even want it.
It's about what the Niners do on Sunday. We dictate this game. We dictate the tone. We dictate the tempo. We dictate how this game will be played. That's it. I'm not worried about Kansas City, what they do. It's about what we do. Shanahan being in that playbook. What's his script going to look like the first 24 plays? Where's Mike sitting at? Where's Mike Shanahan going to be at?
I can't even envision what his smile would look like if he did actually win it. Because we've seen him actually look happy this year more than any other year. I legitimately can't even envision what he's going to be like if he wins it all.
There will be tears when he hugs Mike Shanahan, hoisting that Lombardi trophy.
Seeing him and his dad embrace will be something that'll touch me in my soul.
They will have tears. I can't wait to see what Jed does. Cry. I may be one of the only people. Jed York, as much as we ridicule him, he deserves his propers for the way he's invested into this football team. I'm sorry, man. He does deserve his respect. He deserves his flowers because he's been trying to be like his Uncle Eddie D. I'm not mad at that.